nothing. Right, go. Okay, go. Alright, that's pretty amazing. Sub dogs, so I thought it was maybe time I should do a video to reveal my new car. Here it is. No, that's not it. This is it. It's a Tesla Model S 75D with the 17-inch alloys in white. Let's have a quick look at, have a quick walk around it. Quick look. Looks pretty good, eh? That's it. Let's have a look inside. Have a look at the interior. Nice leather interior, sort of beige leather seats. Leather door cards. Excuse me. Got some carbon fibre on the inside. Alcantara dash. Got all the usual nice things that you expect in a Tesla, like the electronic gauges. Got the 17-inch touchscreen, which is pretty good. I've got like built-in sat-nav and everything. Kind of the new ones have a center console. The old ones didn't have a center console, but this one has. What else has it got? It's got a full sunroof, which will open all the way back, which is pretty cool. Lots of space in the back, 5 seats, enormous boot. Yeah, pretty cool. I've wanted one of these for ages, so pretty cool that I've been able to afford one at last. Kind of been saving my pennies, and now it's all mine, which is amazing. So I'm gonna take it out for a little drive now, and we'll see how it goes. So what can I tell you about the Tesla? Well, it's plenty quick. It does 9 to 60 in under 5 seconds, and you really feel that acceleration, especially when you're a passenger. Had a couple of other people drive it, and it felt really quick with them driving. It feels pretty quick even for the driver, like. Top speed, don't know what the top speed is. I know it'll do about a ton. I think it'll probably do a bit more than a ton, but I don't think top speed's really its thing. I think it's more about the acceleration in Tesla. Handling is amazing, obviously, because it's got that battery pack right down in the bottom of the car. It's got a very low centre of gravity, so it really kind of holds the road very well. It's got huge tyres, 245 by something R17 tyres, so really wide tyres. Just gives it lots of, see, that's the kind of acceleration. You just put your foot down and it just takes off. Obviously, because it's electric, there's no clutch or gearbox whatsoever, so it's kind of like driving an automatic, but it's way quicker than any other automatic that you'll drive. It's also ridiculously quiet. I mean, the noise that's like what, just over 60 miles an hour, and the noise that it's making is probably about the same as my computer tower at home. And it's entirely road noise. All you hear is tyre noise and wind noise. There's no noise from the engine at all. With the possible exception of at low speeds, you can hear a little tiny kind of electric whine of an electric motor, but it's really just very slight. So if you're a person that wants a quiet car, this is it. I think Rolls-Royce once said that their cars were so quiet that you could hear the clock at 100 miles an hour. Well, I doubt if that was actually true. It might actually be true in this. except that the clock is actually digital, so obviously you're not going to hear that at all. And I'm stuck behind a bus now. So what else do I like about it? It's quite spacious, although to be honest it's maybe not quite as spacious as I expected for a car this size. It's about the same size as like a Vauxhall Insignia or a Ford Mondeo, that kind of car, like big sort of pseudo saloon hatchback kind of things. It's worth noting actually that this car also is, although it looks like a saloon, it is actually a hatchback. The rear window opens with the boot, which gives you like a huge hatch to load stuff into if you want to take it to B&Q or whatever. And the boot is enormous as well. It's a 5-seater. It's got 3 seats in the back and 2 in the front. It's very comfortable. Interior is really nice. People say the Tesla interiors are a bit cheap, but I don't know what they're comparing it to, because this interior seems amazing. It's all kind of leather and Alcantara and like aluminium bead around the edges and everything. It's pretty nice, but depends what you like, I suppose. Let's get past this bus. It's so quick and it's so responsive. It's just like you just touch the accelerator and it's off straight away, which is amazing. Seriously addictive car to drive. I pretty much recommend this car to anyone, really. I mean, pretty much if you can afford it, buy it. If you're going to buy anything else for like 70 or 100 grand or that kind of ballpark, just don't. Just buy a Tesla, because they're just better. The wing mirrors are huge as well. Absolutely enormous wing mirrors. It's got that fancy infotainment system. It's like the biggest sat-nav screen you've ever seen. It's like a 17-inch screen, so it's the size of a laptop, which makes it quite easy to navigate. You can connect your phone to it. You can control the climate control, sunroof, all sorts of stuff you can control from that screen. Music, can play music, use it to get on the internet, access the internet through it. It's pretty much like having a computer in the car, just built in, which is pretty cool if you like that kind of thing. Right, so coming up to some bends here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to back off a little bit so that I'm not right up behind this guy in front, and we'll just see how it can take these bends. Okay, so here we go. Well, that's like 54 miles an hour around that bend, which to be honest is probably quicker than I would go around it on my motorcycle. So, and to be honest, I'll do a lot more than that. I mean, that's just that's hardly using what it's got, really. Let's see if I can get past this cyclist. Easy to get past cyclists in it because of the acceleration. I haven't had a really good overtake opportunity in it yet, which is a pity. Like just a slow driver that I can just blast past or something. I could go past this guy, but he's going right, so I won't. The other thing that's good about it is you can charge it really quickly at the Tesla superchargers, which I'm away to do just now. I'm just taking it to the superchargers at Edinburgh Airport. I've got 25% battery, which is about enough for, I don't know, 50-60 miles, something like that, I think. So I could still drive it quite a bit more, but excuse me, just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to go and charge it up. this guy. Miles an hour. There's an event on here today, so that's why there's a lower speed limit. Let's get past the queue and slot in somewhere. Here it is. Steering's extremely light as well. You can steer it easily with one hand. You just about steer it with one finger, to be honest. It does feel a bit wide on narrow roads because it is a very big car, although it's kind of technically the same size bracket as the sort of Vauxhall Insignia or other similar cars. It's probably a bit wider, I would say. It feels kind of like a wide car. Of course that contributes to the handling. Low and wide of course handles better than tall and narrow, you know. See if I can remember where my turn is. Somewhere down here. I think it's this one. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to go in here. Right. Hello? Hi, I need to charge a Tesla. Thank you. Right, there we go. Oh, that's quite cool. Tells you how close you are to the curb in front, like 19 inches, 20, 17, 16 inches. That's quite cool. Right, park. There we go. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to charge it. Excuse the noise, we're right outside Edinburgh Airport. Right, so what we do is we just take the charger off and we just press that button on there and it should pop the hatch open. We just put that on there like that. That locks in so you can't pull it out. And that's it. That's it charging. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to sit in the car and wait for a bit, pop the window up, just keep the noise of the airport out, and oh look, supercharging. 1 hour, 20 minute remaining. Okay, set charge limit. So you can set a charge limit. Look how it's counting up, 89 kilowatts. 148 miles per hour, 159, 164, 172. So it's like it's becoming more efficient as it's charging for some reason. 191, 200. It's going to give me over 200 miles of range in 1 hour. That's pretty cool. 84 kilowatt. Plus 1 kilowatt. Treble 2, 224 miles per hour. Tells you the charge current as well. 16 amps. Okay. And you can go stock charging as well. 238 miles. 240. And this already is on 26%, so I've only been here a couple of minutes and it's gone up a percent. It also tells you the same thing in the main dash as well, but with a slightly different graphic. 82 kilowatts, 2 kilowatt hours or something, 246 miles per hour. Okay, and it tells you your average consumption, 397 watts per mile, watt hours per mile. Is that right? Yeah, that would be right. Because a kilowatt is 1,000. Excuse me. Kilowatt is 1,000 watt hour. No, let's think about this. Kilowatt hour is 1,000 watt hours, I think. So that's like 40% of a kilowatt per mile, so you'd be getting like 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour. So say 10 kilowatt hours would be 25 miles. Yeah, that would sound about right. Okay, it's now on 28%. Got the battery down in the left hand corner, and it's still, the efficiency is still improving, 256 miles per hour. It still says 1 hour 20 minutes remaining there, but that'll maybe that'll recalculate at some point as well. I don't know, but we'll see. That's using the regenerative braking just now, so that's in the green. So that's going to top the battery up a wee tiny bit. That's kind of now zero. Now I'm using a little bit of drive to move. Yeah, okay. Right, let's see. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to head back through Lithgow.